Okay, so the soap opera continues in Washington, D.C. around the stimulus package. But despite that, there was something good that came out at the beginning of the year, which was the CARES Act, and it has a provision there that can really help a lot of families in the U.S. and are already doing so. So I want to talk about that today. Okay, so in the CARES Act webpage, there's a lot of information. But first, I want to say I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a financial expert. Like I said, I just get the data and I present it, and you make the call at the end of the day. So what this is saying is that if you're experiencing financial hardship due to the pandemic, an emphasis on financial and pandemic, those are the key things, okay? It's saying that you have the right to get into the forbearance for 180 days, extendable 180 days more for a whopping 360 a whole year. So what a good deal. So it's saying contact your loan servicer, aka your bank. But this is the cool thing. Look at no fees, no penalties, no additional interest, no documentation, just your claim that you were affected economically by the pandemic. So pretty easy. And it continues here, and essentially what it's saying is that this is not free money. It's you have to pay that money back. Let's example that you do this for 6 months and you have a monthly payment of $2,000. That means at the end of the 6 months you owe $12,000. The cool thing is that it says that if you have Fannie Mae, FHA, VA, USDA, Freddie Mac, you have different options. You don't have to pay it all at once. And that's the cool thing. Now, if you have a third party or some other type of loan, then you're going to have to call them up and see what options you have. And what they're saying is please call your loan servicer, aka your bank, to get more details. Okay, so let me start with FHA. There wasn't much information on the website. I did find some questions and answers. I found a couple of interesting ones. This one says, I'm worried about making my mortgage payments in the future with all this economic uncertainty around the coronavirus. Notice how it says, I'm worried. It doesn't say I lost my job, I'm making less money, I'm working less hours, my business isn't doing very good, so I'm worried. Yeah, bank. Yes, I'm worried. My mother-in-law is coming for a whole month. Yeah, that can mess up my finances. Oh, I'm sorry, wrong number. Yeah, my son is saying it has to be due to the pandemic, and it has to be because I have financial distress. So let me call again. Okay, so yeah, kidding aside, I did call my bank. I'll talk about that at the end. But here, FHA continues saying that yes, you can get into the forbearance, but you have to contact your bank, and you can do it for up to 12 months. I did find this other question. They're saying point blank, do I owe the lump sum at the end of the period? And they're saying no, you don't have to pay the lump sum at the end of the period. There are some options you can do. And then what they're saying, again, they talk about the same thing. It's a loan without any interest, okay, that you have to pay at the end of the maturity, or if you sell the house, you refinance. So again, in this case, FHA, you need to contact your bank to see what options. Okay, so let's go with the Big Mac, Freddie Mac. So there was some good information on the website, some highlights. They're saying yes, it's not interest on the amount you stop paying. But the cool thing is that they're saying that yeah, this money is due at the first of these. Either when you sell your house, or when you refinance, or get this at the end of the maturity of your loan. Wow. So in my case, I refinanced in March. That means I have basically 30 more years to go. So it's like somebody saying, here, Roy, take $12,000 today, and pay them in the year 2050 with zero interest. Of course, give me the money. Sign me up for more. I mean, who doesn't want to do that? So at the rate the government is printing out money, I mean, 24/7. And if Biden wins, he's probably going to get those ethanol turbocharged printers and put out more money. I mean, the economy stopped. This whole pandemic has, affected our whole nation in big time. So, I mean, for sure that printing is going to keep on going for several years. So that means that, in the year 2050, if I'm still alive, I could probably pay off this loan with a bunch of Happy Meals. But okay, well, yeah, kidding aside, but that does have some truth to it. If we look at the Big Mac index going back 30 years, the Big Mac price has gone up, like 2 point something X. So, given what's happening now, and what's the situation, and the next year to recuperate from all of this, that's probably going to be that plus some more. So today I can buy 2,400 Big Macs with that money. In the year 2050, potentially I can only buy about 600 of them. So you see that the money is gonna losing its buying power, and that's the key thing. So yes, this is a good thing, and if you look at it that way, this is practically free money. So let's look at it the other way around, bringing in 12,000 from the future to today at a around a 2% interest. How much is it worth today? It's worth about half, about 6,000. And given this whole economy crisis that we've been living due to the virus, then I'm pretty sure, or there's a good chance that it'll be less than 6,000. So yeah, that gives you an idea on the value of money, and then gives you a good idea that this program makes sense to get into it. Okay, so Fannie Mae, there was a lot of information on the website, and the highlights are that they're saying that if you're on the CARES Act and you entered it without being delinquent on your loan, then after you stop making payments, they will report you as current to the credit bureaus, which is pretty cool. And another really nice thing is that they will not charge interest rate on that money you owe. So for the example I gave of the 12,000, you wouldn't be charged interest rate on those 12,000 bucks. Okay, USDA and VA, I didn't find much information on the website, although they mentioned, yes, there is a forbearance plan, but then you have to contact your loan servicer, aka your bank, to get more details. So I encourage you to get into the website, call your bank. There's a lot of information, very easy. One thing is important, that the banks have to cover the first 4 months, and what are they covering? The interest rate that they're losing. So if you multiply that by millions of loans, it's a lot of money. And then the next 8 months for a total of a year are covered by the federal government. So the bank is going to try to give you options. So at the end of the period, they're going to say, okay, you owe us, in the example I gave you, 12,000. If you want, we can give you a little loan so you can pay it back, or you want, we can refinance your house and put that in there. Okay, they'll try to get their money back, but you can just say no, thank you, I don't want that. I want the option of the CARES Act, which is to put this at the end of the maturity of the loan. So that's what you want to do. Okay, and I went ahead and called U.S. Bank in my case. They were very nice, and I'm kidding you, about 10-15 minutes. It took. I had no application to fill out. I did not have to fax or email anything. I had no fees, and they told me that they will not report me to the credit bureau as delinquent. They did tell me that I would receive some letters, but those are generated automatically from the computer system. Because this all happens so fast, and it takes a lot of money, a lot of time to change these bank systems. So I will be getting those letters, and they told me to ignore them. So the other thing is that my credit score went down about 40 points, but that's kind of normal. When you apply for a credit card or something, you will see a dip. Somewhere I heard that they would put a comment saying that I'm in the program, but I have not seen that yet, so I haven't confirmed that yet. If I see it, I'll let you guys know. So as you can see, this is a good program, very easy to apply. I encourage you to go to the website, call the bank, look at more information. A few months ago, I was in Utah, and I was in a car, and I was stopped out in the woods with a huge train in front of me that was also stopped. It took literally hours for the thing to gear up and get out of the way. It was very big, very heavy. Our economy is so different. Okay, this is not something that's going to happen in a few months. It's probably going to take years. So prepare for the worst and hope for the best. My wife, the first time I recorded this video, she said, FYI, boring. So she said I sounded like a boring college professor. So I try to make it a little more dynamic to get the information out there, because this is information that are helping many families. So if you like it, give the like button, and better yet, subscribe. Thanks. Bye.